Good morning, good morning. How have all of my friends been doing? I've missed you all. What's been going on the YouTuber streets? I've been having a lot going on, so that's why I haven't been live in a while. It's because I've been busy with real life. So, but I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day. Megan, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while, hon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What y'all been up to? How you been doing, Megan? I've been doing good. Just having a lot of real life stuff go on. Oh, wow. Well, happy belated birthday to your brother. I have a friend that her birthday is actually on Valentine's Day. Yeah, like your brother's on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I have a friend that was born on Valentine's Day, so her boyfriend wasn't happy about it because he had to buy 2 different gifts, but whatever. Griswold, I love you. I miss you. Greetings and salutations, Griswold. Jen, my bestie, I love you, honey. You guys, look, it's my best friend, Ghost of Shadows, or should I call him my best friend troll? If I'm gonna be trolled by anybody, god damn it, I'm just glad it's Ghost. You hear me, Ghost of Shadows? If you didn't troll me, I would think you didn't care. And I know you care, that's why you troll me. So good morning, Ghost. I seen you followed me on the Tiki Talkies. Had a trip to Sydney a month ago to see the final Back to the Future show. Got a ride in the DeLorean. Cool, cool. Where have I been, Ghost? I've been dealing with a whole bunch of real life stuff, so that's why I have not been around. That's cool, Megan. That's cool. Your avatar is cool. But yeah, Ghost, that's where I've been. I've been doing real life shit. So, yeah, just been sticking to myself, really, Ghost. I know. I know, Ghost. Well, Ghost, I'll just tell everybody. I mean, it's no big secret. I'm super proud of my daughter, so I have no problem saying it. You guys haven't seen me around. My daughter, you guys know, is in the Navy. She finally got deployed, so things have been a little stressful. She can only call once a month now that she's out in the boat, like where they're out in international waters. Her cell phone doesn't pick up, so they're only allowed to call once a month. So I've been dealing with that, Ghost. And so, yes, safe travels to her. Yes, she's on the ship. So, so that's just stressful. I've been dealing with that. HBR at the crossroads. What are you doing? I have not seen you in forever, hon. Haven't seen you in forever. Well, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, Ghost. Yes, she is a Navy seaman, and I am extremely proud of her. She is my youngest daughter, and I'm just super proud. Ghost, if you go, since you're following me on TikTok, if you go in there, you'll see some videos of my daughter in her sailor uniform. So, so yeah, I just been a little stressed out over it all. It's nerve wracking. But hey, she's out there, to protect all of us. So I couldn't be more prouder. Oh, he retired Air Force. I have a stepsister that's been in the Air Force for 12 years. So, thank you guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, she's my girl. I love her to death. I actually went and got a big, huge Navy tattoo on my shin. It's the Navy anchor with her ship number, her division number, and then her last name. Thank you. I appreciate that, HBR. Now, as long as Trump doesn't start a war with Iran, she should be okay. But you never know. So that's what's the most stressful, I'm afraid. Like, she's actually going to see war. So, my grandfather and his two brothers were in the Air Force, and my great grandfather was, yeah, my great grandfather was in the Army. He was in World War II, and I believe World War One, I believe. But yeah, my grandfather did that. And then after that, he became an EMT, but he was actually in the Army, like branch. So everyone's different. She chose the Navy. She chose the Navy because before she decided to go into the Navy, she wanted to be a marine biologist. And then when she decided to, join military, she decided to go with the Navy because you see stuff when you're out in the water. So, but super proud of her. Couldn't be prouder. Oh, wow. Jeez. That's awesome, Megan. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, everything other than that is pretty cool. I got some tattoos on Friday the 13th. The one is in my avatar right now. And then I got a heart with two skulls on it. I got a heart put on my throat that's got like stitches going around the heart. And then, of course, I have my daughter's big navy anchor on my shin. Like it takes up the whole front of my shin. So I'll post the pictures later up on my YouTube posts. I'll post the pictures of my new tattoos so y'all can see them. So, but how's everyone else been doing? Ghost, you staying out of trouble or are you making it? Knowing Ghost, he's probably making trouble, but he makes up good trouble. He can stir the pot. You got lots of stitches in October for what? Did my shin one hurt? No, actually, it didn't at all. Like it did not hurt at all. It's no, that's a good, valid question because it is on bone. It just didn't. Okay, sweetheart. Um, I just I put it there. Like I have shit. I want to say altogether, I think I have like 38 tattoos. So I've had ones that hurt in other spots. My shin didn't hurt at all though, girl. Really, it did not. Um, it didn't at all. So, so yeah, that's it. It didn't hurt. But you would think it hurts, but it didn't. You can turn your camera off. What the heck just happened here?
Hang on. My
Hey,
kid.
there you go. Good morning,
Oh,
girl.
hello. Good evening here, my dear. Sorry, I just got to upload my avatar because I have not logged into your stream before. Yeah, I thought the shin would have hurt, but it didn't. Or is that because you have a higher pain threshold because you've had X
Well,
number?
I thought it was really gonna hurt on my shin. My tattoo artist, she's a woman, and she was
Right,
like, "Oh, are you sure you want this on your shin? It's gonna hurt." And I'm
right.
like, "Girl, every tattoo she gives me, she always says like, 'Are you sure you want it there? It's gonna hurt.'" I'm like, "Go ahead because there's a difference. Like there used to be coil tattoo guns, okay? If you got
Yeah,
done with
yeah.
a coil tattoo gun,
That
those
would have,
fucking hurt. Well,
right.
they have the new tattoo guns out. Those new tattoo guns barely even make a sound, like, let
Oh,
alone anything
okay.
else. Like, you remember walking into a tattoo shop and you'd hear "brrr" from
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking
that's a
of. Yeah, yeah.
coil, that's a coil. These new tattoo guns, they don't make a sound, like, they don't hurt at all. So, because I just had one put in the middle of my throat. I had a heart put in the middle of my throat,
Yeah,
and that one didn't even hurt.
that's what I wanted to ask you too. That didn't hurt. Well, I suppose you got more flesh there. Um, yeah, I want to get the Seattle Seahawks 12 on my left shoulder, but the problem is I have a broken collarbone that needs repair, and they go in and rotate a cuff, and they go
Yeah.
in obviously through the shoulder, and I'm not going to drop however much it costs for a um for a tattoo to have it destroyed
Well,
by
okay,
stitches and
here you can see my avatar picture right now, right?
yep, yep, yep.
Okay, that one I got done. The picture has been there for a long time. Now, the big Murph is what I just had done. It was to cover up something else.
Right,
Um, so that's on my shoulder. That's on the back of my shoulder, and that goes from my collarbone past my your shoulder bone in your back. So that one hurt. The name didn't hurt, but the actual bigger tattoo around the name hurt.
right.
Um,
Okay,
because that was done with a coil gun. Now the
right.
name was done with one of the new guns. The name didn't hurt at all, but every tattoo I've had done lately has been by my new tattoo artist, and those guns just don't hurt. I'm so sorry to
Yeah,
hear about that car crash, HBR. I'm so glad you're okay.
yeah. I'll show you what when I let me show you what I want to get done. Hang on, excuse my backside.
You're getting a Seahawks tattoo too, Jen? Nice.
This is what I want to get done. I don't know if it'll glare, but that was a gift given to me when I was in Seattle. So I want to get that or the Seahawks, the flag, the blue and white flag. But yeah,
Mhm.
I two things. One, I am a pain wuss, even though I broke my ankle and walked on it for 8 weeks thinking it was a sprain. Um, and I don't like needles. But now I've heard that they're new guns
Yeah,
because
the new guns don't hurt at all, girl. Like it's nothing. Like when my tattoo artist started on my shin, she's like, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Why do you even
at
ask?"
this
Yes.
point, girl,
She
have you
starts on my bone. She's like, "Are you doing okay?" I'm like, "Girl, it doesn't even hurt." I fell
right, right.
asleep. I fell asleep when she did my shin, and I fell asleep when she did my back, that name on my shoulder. I fell asleep when she did both of those tattoos.
So, so how long did it take, particularly the one on your back? Because I have seen some beautiful, like back
Well,
full,
the
you
one
know,
that's
back.
on my back is done by 2 different artists. The
Right.
one that's
Okay.
on my back, it's a bird with a flower and then the banner going through it. My friend that did that one had a coil gun. He passed away.
Okay.
So I had something else. I had initials in the banner. So I talked to Big Murph. Me and Big Murph are cool. So I had literally hit him up and was like, because his name Big Murph, like on all of his stuff, it's kind of like this weird like font. It kind of looks like the monster font,
Oh
and I
yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
want that in there. So I had messaged him and I was like, "Hey, I'm at the tattoo shop. Can you send me your actual signature?" he immediately sent it. I sent it to her and she made it and we put it on there. So exactly how
Okay.
it says Big Murph is how he signs his name.
So
So,
when you say it's a different gun to the coil gun, because that sound would send me into a panic attack. So
mhm.
how does the gun work? Because I thought a tattoo, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cassie, was like an injection of dye into your skin.
Yeah, it is. It's done with needles. It's just that these new guns, like a coil gun, the needles are thicker on a coil gun.
Right.
So it hurts more. It hurts more. But these new guns, they're like nothing like I almost kind of wish, and I know this sounds crazy, I almost wish I could find somebody to run coil. Not a lot of tattoo artists run coil anymore. But yeah, like coil hurts a lot. They're thicker
Yeah.
needles and all of that. These new ones, like I've got so many tattoos. I'll post them up, the new ones. I'll post them
Yeah.
up on my YouTube page so you guys can see them on my community wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they don't hurt. Like they barely even make a sound. Like like a coil gun, you can hear them. They're real loud. These
Oh,
new
you can hear
guns,
him down the street.
you don't hear them really at all. And it's
Oh,
just like they're thinner needles is what it is. It pretty basically, I mean, is the only way I can really explain
yeah.
it.
Okay. So when you get your tattoo, whether it's the one on your back, there's aftercare. So what's like? How long do you have to do the aftercare, and what's involved in the aftercare?
Okay, well, like my shin, okay? My shin, it takes up all of my shin. That
Right.
took
Sorry,
her
sorry, sorry for all
it
the
took
questions.
her it took her almost 2 hours to do that one.
Okay.
The one on my shoulder, the name, because she was doing a cover up, it took her like an hour to do the name because she had to take skin tone color and go between the letters to fade out what was bleeding through from
From
the
the
cover
original.
up.
Right. Right.
So that's why that one took a little bit more. Like the heart she did on my throat, that one took like not even 5 minutes to do. The one that she did, I have a heart with two skulls on it for Friday the 13th. That one took her like 10 minutes to do.
Okay.
Um,
So
so
yeah, I'm
I've
sorry
got
for all the
quite a bit of tattoos from her, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. I've gone from small to big with her now.
I'm sorry for all the questions, but as I said, I wanted a tattoo for years, and no one I know
Yeah,
is
with the new tattoo gun, it's not gonna hurt. And even like, listen, I don't like needles. I do not like needles. I don't like getting an IV or nothing like
Yep,
that. But
yep,
when you
yep.
get a tattoo, it's a different feeling than if you were gonna get a shot or if you were gonna get an IV.
Drawing,
It does not feel
drawing
like a
blood.
regular needle. That it doesn't feel like that. The best way I can tell you how it feels is like being stung by some bees, like a whole bunch of bees
Oh,
is
okay.
kind of
So
what
it's
it feels like.
literally
It's
a
not
little, like a little
yeah,
prick type of a
yeah,
like.
it's yeah,
Okay,
it just pierces like just a little bit of your skin. I mean, and it puts the dye in with the needle, so it's not like you're having a long ass needle go in your back. They're really tiny, and because they're in a tattoo gun, there's I just it doesn't I don't
now
feel
you
like
got
it.
me. Now you got me
I don't
really.
feel any of it. I've been used to tattoos for so many years now. I get so many, it's ridiculous. So,
You got me really
and
thinking about. It got me really considering the 12 for the Super Bowl. Oh,
yeah.
you got me really thinking. Like I'm thinking seriously, but the only thing is, I think my closest tattoo parlor is about 9 hours away. I
Oh,
think.
wow.
I live in a small country town, so yeah, it's not like I could walk down the street and get one. But oh, you got me thinking, girl. You got me thinking
Yeah,
because I
that's I mean,
really,
they're not painful, like, and I'll put it to you this way. This is what's so funny. My oldest daughter, she has a lot of very big tattoos.
Right,
She
right.
cannot go to a tattoo parlor without somebody with her because you have to hold her hand because she's like, "Oh, it hurts so bad." And it's being done with a new gun. Like me and her went in together and we both got tattooed at the same time. I'm
And
holding her hand. She's like breaking
she's
my hand. I'm like, "Girl," I'm
she's
like, "Your tattoo was smaller than mine and I'm not even squeezing your
I was
hand."
gonna say,
But
you're
yeah, she
screaming
has
for
to have somebody with her.
yeah,
So
you're
she
screaming
thinks
for
they
us.
hurt.
Yeah,
She thinks they hurt, and she's only been done with the new needles. I with the new tattoo
okay.
gun. I don't think the new tattoo guns hurt at all. I think it's really just your
I think
pain
that's
level.
funny, you get the small or you get a big tattoo, it doesn't hurt, she gets a small one and is screaming the whole way through. That would be
Yeah,
me.
she's gotta hold somebody's hand, like, she's like, "Oh," makes all these faces. I'm like, "This shit doesn't even hurt." Like, "Come on, girl."
Come on, girl.
So,
Hang on, I'll find the I'll find the 12.
did you have fun down there, Jen, when you went down before the Super Bowl? I hope you had fun, Jen. I love you. I miss you. But yeah, I've just been chilling really. Alrighty, there you go, honey.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Hang on, I'm just going to find this 12 flag avatar that I had, but they've changed it again to show you the actual. Oh, there it is, right there. Duh. What the?
I'm
Um,
glad you had fun, Jen. You deserve it.
Hang on, let me find this. I'm just going to talk to myself for a moment. I'll mute if you want me to, Cassie, while I find this damn thing. This, there it is. There it is. So this is the one that I actually want to get. So let me just upload. So, oh, that's down a bit, but that 12 is what I'm looking at for my shoulder. So,
And
yeah,
that's all you want is the number 12?
yeah, 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 for the Seattle
Okay.
12s.
I don't know how it is because you're in Australia, right?
Right, right.
Now I don't know how much that would cost over there, but just to have the number 12 put on you, that would be in Florida where I'm from, just getting the number 12 would be like an $80 tattoo.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I have a friend who tried to get the white, like to have like a square with the blue,
Now, I
and
would suggest instead of doing the white, they can do it where they just shade it to where it's your skin color
that's
and
what I
then
was
they
going to
shade
ask.
around it
Yeah,
because certain colors don't hold on people. Like me, I cannot have any white ink. My body rejects white ink.
okay.
So I have a lot of stuff that's like shaded
Yeah,
because I can't use white.
what I was thinking was just have like the black outline of the 12, and then
Yeah.
like
Jen
Jen
said
said
to
make
make
the
the
green.
12 green.
Yeah, but Jen, the problem with that is what I call the highlighter green, the action green for the Seahawks is actually a migraine trigger for me. So it'd have to be like
Oh,
it'd have to be like the almost like a Kelly green, which is 3 shades darker than the Seahawks green. Because you know how we used to have those what I call the highlighter green, like the fluorescent green jerseys, Jen.
yeah.
I couldn't even watch those jerseys being worn on television because I would go down with a migraine.
Oh, wow.
So, so what color? I'm thinking maybe a Kelly green, or like. Hang on, let me show you this again. So maybe like I don't know if you can see. Oh, hang on, I'm glaring like that.
Yeah, I can see how there's the green around it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it.
like that'd be okay, but I couldn't go any lighter or brighter than that because that would give me, or even do it um, as I said, just with the outline. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've had some people. Hey, Ghost, I've had some
Hey,
people
Ghost
say that
Honey.
um I have heard some people say that about white ink that I know that have got tattoos as well, Cassie.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
can't use white. It rejects in my skin. It comes right out. Like it turns just like my skin color. So I don't do it. How have you been, Mr. Ghosty?
Hanging in there.
yeah.
Do I
I
know?
like your
Do
little
I know
ghost
Megan?
avatar.
I know
I
Megan, don't I?
I think you might, Ghost. I haven't been here for a while.
She
Because as
used
I
to
said,
come on my lives a lot. I think you
yeah,
do know Megan.
you sound familiar to me, Ghost, but I've got a migraine, so everything's sounding familiar tonight. But it's good to
Oh,
see you
that's
anyway.
okay. Of course, of
It's
course. That's cool that your daughter. I mean, I don't think deployment should be, nerve wracking anymore, Cassie. War. I mean, this is kind of weird to say, but war has kind of become safe, especially
Yeah,
from the American standpoint of view. And you got all this technology and everything protecting you. And anymore, you really don't have to put boots on the ground. You just use a drone.
yeah. Yeah,
But the
well, this is
Navy,
her
I
first
still.
time of being deployed. They have them out in the ocean right now, and it's because I guess like Trump told Iran like they have a certain amount of time to decide to give up their nukes or not. And that's why Trump put all the boats out in the water. Like they're just pretty basically all sitting out in the water, and Trump will send them closer and closer to Iran as it gets closer and closer to the time for them like to make a decision, which in a way I think like Trump's putting all the boats out there to kind of intimidate them. So I don't know if my daughter will see war or not. I'm hoping she doesn't, but I do know she's at least deployed for the next 3 months. So she
Oh,
got
three
deployed
months?
like
Wow.
last
That's not
month.
bad at all. Last
Yeah,
month?
no.
Oh, okay. So last month, USS Abraham was making their way to Iran. We still have vessels near, oh, where is it? Oh, Venezuela. And we got
Yeah,
vessels guarding other trade routes and whatnot. 90% of world trade happens by sea transit. So the
yeah,
U.S. Navy, being the most powerful Navy in the world, protects a lot of these transit routes and whatnot. So that's why I always been a big proponent of the Navy. Like, hey, if you're going to encourage your daughter, son, whatever, to join a military branch, go with the Navy because we need them right now. And as of right now, things are kind of deglobalizing or reglobalizing in a way, and other countries are building up their navies, kind of like China, and they want to kind of fill in our shoes, fill that role in.
yeah,
Australia's got a nice navy too, and they've been kind of patrolling the South Asia Sea and whatnot. So that's good news. But nah,
yeah,
like Iraq, the Tomahawk cruise missiles we shot at them, most of them guys on the vessels, they just hung out on the vessels while we just bombed them.
yeah. Good morning, Vinny Vin. What up, what up? But yeah, like, I mean, it's just nerve-wracking to me because, like, she's my youngest. So, like, do I think that, something bad would happen to her? No, not really. It's just like, it'd be different if she was like in one of the submarines where, you're a little bit more of a target, but they don't let women on the submarines anymore. You're not, if you're in the Navy, you're not allowed in the submarine if you're a woman anymore. They only put men in the submarines now.
That's true. You know what they say about this is kind of weird too. When men hang out in submarines, it does something to their sperm to where most men, naval men who use submarines, they have girls. Most
Yeah.
men who operate those submarines have daughters. It's kind of interesting. It's like, dang, maybe I should go down in a submarine. But no.
I could just picture you ghost in a submarine. Like, I could just
I
picture
can't.
you. It would be
Hang on,
funny.
hang on, Ghost. You want to go to the bottom of the ocean in a tin can with other men and or women and I hear the knocking of the pressure on the tin can. I say this as a friend of mine had a very bad diving accident and had decompression sickness to the point where his left eyeball blew up and exploded.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's a
had a
little.
yeah. I mean, not the same as being on a submarine, but yeah, he had a violent medical episode, deep sea diving off Johannesburg. They couldn't decompress him and had to bring him to the surface quickly, and yeah, had very severe decompression sickness, and his eyeball blew up or blew due to pressure. So, and Ghost, you can be. I want to go deep sea diving, but I do not want to do it in a tin can where you have more room as a sardine in a can than you do in a submarine. I'm just saying. I mean, respect, Cassie, to your daughter if she ever does it, but I think you said women can't be
Yeah,
in
they don't do
submarine.
women in they don't do women in submarines anymore because that was the first question I asked my daughter when she got stationed because her original station is North Fork, Virginia.
Okay.
So they sent her from there out into the water. So,
I
but yeah,
I
Is
would
she on
not
a
try. Sorry,
destroyer?
go.
A destroyer or aircraft carrier?
oh, I
Do you know
don't
that,
know.
Cassie?
Is that Petey? Is that Petey right there?
PD Wheatstraw? Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
All right, Cassie, Ghost, I'm going to drop down because I've just seen that it's 10:30 in the evening and I've got to do one more stream before bed. But great to see you again, Cassie, Ghost.
Yes,
Good
it
to see you.
was. Take care, Megan.
And Godspeed to your daughter, and thank you for her service, or thank her for her service. So yeah.
Yes, I will.
All right, guys. Good to see you, guys. Take care,
Um,
everyone.
bye bye. Let's see. I'm trying to read what Petey said. Does this only on nuclear submarines? I don't know. I just know it's submarines in general. They don't want the women in anymore, Petey. I really don't know much more than that. I just know that they stopped putting women in the submarines. That's all I know.
I just want to spray paint one yellow and then, dredge through the ocean while I listen to that Beatles song, The Yellow Submarine. That's
Yeah,
all I was
right.
getting at.
That would be funny, like to hear them going through the water and like all of a sudden you hear the vibrations in the water. You're like, I know that song. But yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of my daughter. So she
She'll
makes
be
me very
fine.
proud.
Yeah, she'll be
Yeah, I
fine.
think
At least she
so.
gets to tell people she got to be deployed. You know, some
Yeah,
I know some people who've waited 10 years before they got deployed they waited that long cuz they feel like their military career wasn't fulfilled if they didn't get deployed. And then
yeah,
when they do get deployed, they're like, "Well, this kind of sucks. This is boring." I mean, it definitely depends on where you go, but a lot of these places like in Kuwait or Qatar, like they suck. They're bored out of their
yeah.
minds.
Yeah, like when I asked my daughter where they were actually deploying her, because she called me the day that they were having to get all their shit on the ships and stuff. And she said, as far as she knew right then and there, they were just sending them out into the ocean. It was just like, you're going out into the ocean. They really didn't give them a place. Now, I guess she does have a place. Good morning, Kay. Love you, hon. So, like now I think she's a little bit closer to Iran, I guess, but she's still just like out in the middle of the ocean. So,
Yeah, yeah. When I saw the vessels stacking up along the coast of Venezuela, I just knew, oh, it's going down. We're going to take
yeah.
that country. With Iran, it's going to be a little different. So the Persian Gulf, there's this strait called the Strait of Hormuz. I think I pronounced that right. And if we start to see a lot of buildup of Navy activity there, that's when things might get a little serious. Because that straight, there's so much energy that goes right through that strait, so much. And if any country decide to block that, that would really skyrocket a lot of people's gas prices and just wouldn't be
Oh
good.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So,
morning,
the Navy.
rolling, rolling, rolling.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's been a while since I've really spoken on a panel, Cassie. To be honest, it really
Well,
has
I'm
been.
so happy you chose my panel to come on to, Ghost.
There hasn't really been a lot of worthy panels to jump on. Of course, Paula will keep me blocked. Sometimes she'll let me on, but it's not like she'll let me say much because, I steal
I
her
thought she
thunder.
hated you.
She does. She does. But she still needs me. So it works out.
Uh,
Fly, she's
yeah.
been going live lately and she's actually been holding quite the audience. It's going to her head a little, but when you bash on Jen Bailey, of course you're gonna see some numbers. And
Is that now okay? I don't watch Paula for one, but this Jen Bailey chick, is that the same chick that Sly's been doing lives on? Is that the same person that
yes,
you're talking about? Oh, okay.
yes. I think
Okay.
there's about 10 content creators that kind of do lives on her. But honestly, I don't have time for any of them. I'll watch Jules once in a while. Sly, very little. There's just so many different locales to keep up with. Why do I need to spend more time listening to people talk about locales? It's just ridiculous. I'd
Yeah.
rather just
Now,
get my.
now you might know the answer to this question, Ghost. I've heard it around, but I wasn't sure if it's the same Jen. This chick that we're talking about, is she with that guy Cliff that used to be on Love After Lockup?
Clint, yes. Yep.
Ugh. Why is she even with Clint? If she had seen the woman he married when she got out of jail, she killed herself of a drug overdose. But she was like heavily into smack. Like I'm not going to say it the correct way because I don't want to get in trouble. But like he was disgusting back then and the woman he married from that show was gnarly as hell. Like she was selling herself and her and Clint were both doing that shit. So that's kind of weird that this Jen girl ended up with Clint from Love After Lockup. That's just weird.
Oh God, there's a whole story behind it too. You watched that show and
Yes, yes, I will admit, me and Becky both watch Love After Lockup. I've watched every season, every year, yeah, because it amazes me of how stupid people can be to spend all this money on somebody in prison. Because when you're in prison, you're selling somebody a dream when you're in prison to get that money and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just boggles my mind how people can meet on a jail website and then just start sending you tons of money and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll marry you when you get out." Like that's weird to me.
yeah, Tracy was her name. And yeah,
Yeah, Tracy.
that was quite the relationship, wasn't it? I watched a
Yeah, it
few
was.
different clips of that, some of these episodes of him getting pissed off because she went back to jail and they get married, and they.
Well, the
I'm
first
like, okay,
he married her. She was out of jail for I think like not even a week. I think it was like 2 days when he married her, and they were
yeah,
staying in a hotel, and he woke up, she was in the bathroom, and I guess she told him she wanted more smack, and he was like, "No." Well, he went to lay down, and she took his credit card and, like, took off. He called his mom crying, like, "I can't find her, da, da, da." And then like she ended up back in jail for a little bit and then he got her back out and then it was just like every time you seen them you could tell he was on the same thing she was. And like when she passed away, if you pull up her last mugshot, that was like maybe a week before she passed away. She had half of her head shaved, the other side was she just looked horrible. Like she had so many sores and stuff on her face. I was like, "Bleh." But I
oh
mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and
she
Clint was just fucking head over heels for this dumb lady too. And Alice, his mom, she was like in complete disapproval. She did not like Tracy whatsoever, and she even
oh, yeah.
expressed that on some of the episodes. And so Jen watched the show, of course, and she reached out to Clint because, according to Jen, she felt bad for him, and so she wanted to help him. And so you see a lot of different interviews because they got together, and Jen is, of course, but they're both talking about how they're just good friends, you know. And Clint, he's still married to Tracy at the time, and but they're pretending like they're friends, and he doesn't want to cross that boundary into adultery because he's married. But obviously, they're in the same room, hugging on each other, all over each other. You know what they were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he
I mean,
broke his
Clint
vows,
is
and he broke his vows and his Christian values, and I'm just laughing my ass off at it. And Alice,
he
I
broke
mean,
those being with Tracy, like, he broke that crap being with Tracy, but it's just weird to me how she stalked him down. Like, why would you wanna date anyone that's, like, finding people in jail to be with? That's weird.
well, so Jen has a bizarre psychology. She is like one of the biggest clout chasers, bigger than Kay. I'm here, and she thought she could be kind of like a reality television star by getting with Clint. And
Oh,
she
okay.
even, this is the sad part too, she even abandoned her own children just to be with this guy. And
Yeah,
really,
that's ridiculous.
yeah, and that's where a lot of people criticize her, and rightfully so. Why would you want to give up your own children to be with a ex drug addict man whose life is falling apart, but his mom
Yeah.
fucking supports and wipes his ass, enables the shit out of him. And so for the
Well,
past 5 years now, Alice has supported them both. I mean, I saw the house, the value where they live in Ohio. It's really nice. You know, this fucking lady lives in a nicer house than most of us, but she and her and Clint don't really contribute a dime to it. They don't work.
wow.
Alice pays for it all. And she's fine
Jesus.
with it. I don't get why this lady enables these two, but she does.
Yeah. Well, if it's Clint's mom, she's always babied him. Now, I've watched every season of Love After Lockup. You guys might know who I'm talking about. You might not. There's this girl called Heather Gillespie. Okay. She was on the very first season of Love After Lockup. She had a pixie cut and her hair was bright pink. Well, this chick is completely off her damn rocker. She has been doing lives. They only did 2 episodes with her in it because she acts so crazy. They kicked her off of the show. And ever since then, she claims she always says they ghost. It's always them or they, that they're tech boxing her, that they're breaking into her phone, they're making her homeless. And this all has to do with, life after lockup, blah, blah, blah. Like this chick is off her rocker. Like she accuses of the government, like she got her kid taken away when it was first born. They took it away like 2 days after it was born. She claims that DCF kidnapped her child. This kid's almost 2 years old and they still haven't given the kid back. And she is not allowed to talk about the case online because she'll be held in contempt, and she still makes FTRs like, "Oh, they stole my child, and I have full custody of all three of my other children. Two of her childrens are adults, and the other one's like 15 and don't want anything to do with her." So, but this chick is literally out of her mind. Like the reason why they won't give back her kid or anything is because they've had her evaluated and they said she's got paranoid schizophrenia and stuff. Like she thinks the government is after her. Like she thinks that, like the other day, she said she woke up and that somebody must have snuck into her house while she was asleep and injected just the right side of her face with Botox, not the left. How would and she's like, "I don't know how they did it when I was asleep." I get migraine Botox, which is different than cosmetic. But you feel those needles. You would not be sleeping through somebody giving you tons of injections of Botox while you're asleep. Like she says people breaks into her apartment and steals like stupid shit like a couch cushion or her eggs that are sitting on the stove. She's weird as hell. Good morning, Meg. Love you, hon. Oh yeah, and somebody took a shit in her toilet and didn't flush. They broke in her house and shit in her toilet and didn't flush. You're right, Kay. CK knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a
But
lot of
yeah,
interesting characters on there, and that's why they were on the show. I mean, if they were like truly adults that were trying to reform their lives, it would kind of be a boring show. So they want to see the mentally deranged. They want to
yeah,
see the drama. So they're really. I totally understand why they chose the characters they did on that show. I see why they chose Clint as well.
yeah. Well, I don't know like how they do it. I don't know if it's like if it's the person that's not in jail that contacts this show to try to be on it or if it's the actual prisoner. Like I'm not sure how that works. Like how the show actually finds these people. I'm sure it would have to be the person that's out of jail. That way they can apply for the show and like explain what's going on. But you also have to be on that show, you have to be released soon. It's not something where it's like, "Oh, I'll be released in 13 years." They're not gonna put you on the show if you don't get out of jail, you know? They show them like 2 weeks before they get out of jail, and then the rest of the show is them out of jail, so
Yeah.
it's really
Well,
weird.
well, hence the title, Love After Lockup. Yeah, Jen,
Yeah, I know.
she's kind of like, it's one of those things where once you see one live stream, you've seen them all. She kind of
Yeah.
repeats herself. It's repetitive. Kind of like Square when he told that same fucking story with the Hogans and the car crash. Um, I mean, wow. This is his 10th time telling it. So much milk here. Now, when it comes to Jen, it's the same ordeal. Oh, Brandy did this. Jules showed my house. I used to mod for her. Like that's about it in a nutshell.
Uh,
Everyone else's fault, not mine. Can't take any sort of responsibility. Now, the more interesting part to all of this is the people covering Jen. A lot of them are kind of the same. I ain't going to lie. A lot of these people in the chats too that are trying to bash on Jen. It's like, have you looked at yourself? Have you
yeah, like,
not
I
even
had no clue of who this Jen chick was until I stumbled into Sly's one day and I seen like just a picture of the girl, and so that's why when you said the Jen in the last name, like I didn't even know what her last name was. So,
like when
but
Sly loves arguing with Jen and she will whenever she can. So they were arguing on Deadlies and yeah, they were arguing on Deadlies, Sly and Jen were. And honestly, it sounded like two fucking 10-year-olds just trading insults. It sucked. It was lame as fuck. And there's so many people out here trying to reason with Jen. And I'm thinking, how are you going to reason with the unreasonable? There's just not a logical
yeah,
bone to your body. You're talking to a brick wall. And I'm just sitting here thinking, why is everyone standing in front of this fucking wall?
yeah, that's I mean, like I said, I don't know much about her. I don't, I'm not I don't watch a lot of lives anymore, really. I mean,
Yeah,
I
there's
just
nothing to
don't.
watch, Cassie. There's nothing to watch.
Yeah, like I haven't heard of any lives from, anyone else besides Sly and Paula, but I don't ever watch Paula's stuff. I just knew Paula was covering the same person as Sly because of the way the name was spelled, but like I don't like know her. Like I don't watch
Well,
Jen's
of
live, so
course,
I really
Paula.
don't know what's
You know how Paula is. She jumps on any bandwagon there is just to take the heat off herself, and say, "Hey, look, everyone, I'm I'm just like the rest of y'all. I'm covering Jen. I'm sniping her. Now you won't longer hate me or see my dumb behavior. That's kind of Paula's angle to all of this. She wants
Wow.
to take the attention off her and put it on Jen. Well, guess what, Paula? We see through your snake ways, and you're not getting a pass. And neither is Jen. But it's funny. Jules actually called Paula out in a chat. I think it was Sly's chat. It wasn't that long ago because here they were covering George, which I'm surprised not many others do because he kind of does a little bit more entertaining low cow dancing than Jen does. But anyhow, Paula supported George. She went to his live stream, said hey, gave him hearts, jumped on his panel, and was all excited to talk to George, especially when it came to me. She loved talking to George about me. And of course, George has been on her panel multiple times. And, they had a good old time just talking shit. And then lately, Paula don't like MC. I already know this for a fact. Well, George decides to dox MC because he believed Lorne, nutcase fucking loony Lorne, that Captain Howdy was MC. Dumb. How dumb can you be? MC doesn't even have a YouTube account.
Yeah,
And
I
so
know.
and so here's Paula saying, "Oh, I don't support George doxing MC. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Paula? First of all, you hate him. Second of all, you've supported George this whole time." And so Jules said, "This is why I side eye you, Paula, because you're fake as fuck." And so Paula got so pissed off, she even typed it in chat. Why would you do that? She's like, "Fuck this shit. I'm out, everyone." And she just stormed out of chat. Like, why
Uh,
would you even say that in a chat? We got a good reaction out of you, Paula, in a fucking chat. It's that easy, And and it just amazes me how everyone thinks that Jen is content here when it's pretty much stagnant, repetitive bullshit. There's a lot of other different cows out here doing way more, dancing way harder. And it's been fun toying with Jen, fucking with her, ruining her. Honestly, I had a good time. I got her over to Deadly's. I fucked her reputation up there. I tricked her into getting married to Clint. I did that too, Cassie. You want to know
oh
how I did that?
Lord.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing is I brought more people into this whole mess just by gassing her up. Sophie was so she was into Lori Jones at the time. She wanted nothing to do with the 90-day community. And I'm thinking, you got a nice archive though. I think we should see some of that. And so here I am talking to Jen, saying, "Oh yeah, you know who has Chloe? Sophie does. You know who Lori Darlin is? That's Sophie." And so Jen started doing these lives about Sophie. And so Sophie responded, rightfully so. And, you know, Jen thinks that these people just come back to hate on her. It's like, no, Jen, you brought these people back. You brought these people together. Maria, Sophie, Jules, they're all together now because of you, Jen. And there's more aligning. Selfie Queen Sydney, JJ, like they're all coming together because you fucked them over that hard and talked that much shit. Like, this is your creation. You made this beast happen. And so I started texting Jen anonymously, and I was just saying, I was pretending like I was texting Clint, and I was saying, "Hey, Clint, I want you. I still watch you through Jen's YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah." Pretending like I'm all these different ladies wanting Clint. She got so pissed off. She would say, she would even uh, rage about it too on her live stream. She would say, "All y'all bitches just want Clint." And you would hear Sophie and JJ and a lot of these other ladies say, "None of us want fucking Clint. He's repulsive. What are you talking
He
about,
is.
Jen?" Yeah, and it was just hilarious tricking Jen into believing that everyone wants Clint. So guess what she does? She forces this man to marry her. And I thought,
Wow.
no way this happened. But we got her on a recorded call, and she calls the courthouse and she confirms it with the clerk. I need to get that audio and probably release it someday. But holy shit, sometime, I think it was like August 6th or 8th, she married this man because she thought these ladies on YouTube wanted him. How
Nobody want that
dumb.
ugly mug.
How dumb can you be? And I would even tell her as Ghost of Shadows, yeah, I've noticed, Jen, they want him badly. You just got to put a ring on it. And she was like, "You're right. You're right, Ghost."
Ghost, I can't believe you encouraged a marriage like that.
Oh
It'd be
God,
pretty
it's
funny
gonna be
though.
so toxic. Like the content, if they ever do break up. Honestly, the funny thing is, and this is a little secret to you all, Alice has no idea what Jen is doing online. Not a clue. She's afraid
Wow.
of Alice knowing. She's afraid that Alice might know and she might evict him. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I know Alice would never kick out Clint, like, 'cause that's her son, but I mean, they had no problem not letting Tracy in their house. So, I mean, it could work the same way for Jen. She better watch herself.
Better watch yourself, Jen. But it's funny. I listened to a live stream from 5 years ago, and Jen was bragging about how Alice bought me this cup. Alice bought me this and that, and I'm thinking, God, why is this lady enabling these people? But the last thing you want to deal with is some of these people's fucking deranged behavior. So I think a lot of the times they just throw them a bone just to keep them shut up, keep that drama away from their lives.
Yeah. Now, I have a question for you, Ghost. I've noticed I can't think of the guy's name. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Um, it's Square something. And like they do like little clips of like him and Bambi together. Um, I recently just seen a picture of Square. Like, was that something this guy made, or does Square really look like that now?
So Square, I don't know, a few weeks ago, cammed up and showed himself, and he was looking really rough, Cassie. There was a time where he said he weighed about like 150, and I think that was a couple years ago. He stepped on a scale recently, and he's at 127. He's lost
Are
that
you
much
wait a
weight.
minute, I don't mean to interrupt you, Ghost, but that's crazy. I don't know how tall Square is, but I'm 5'3" and I weigh 127 pounds.
Oh, no kidding. No, he's taller.
Yeah.
I think he's 5'11", almost 6 foot. I forgot, but yeah, 127 pounds, skin and bones. You could see the tendons in his neck, and
Yeah, I know.
I kind of
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What is this?"
it's terrible. This is what long-term abuse of drugs and YouTube looks like, and Jen's gonna follow right behind him. And she's losing weight. I don't know. Maybe she might be gaining it. It's tough with Jen because, again, she can get all the free shit and food in the world. She's got it made. She really does, and she doesn't even realize it. She takes advantage of every little thing that's given to her, and she still asks for more.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I seen what Square looked like. I was like, for one, it looks like he hasn't had a bath in over like 2 years. But it's like the way his face was and everything, like he straight looks like he's sick, like that he has some weird disease. I mean, he looks sick as hell. And for me being 5'3" and weighing 127 and him being a lot taller than me, weighing 127, I could probably snap him in half.
Oh, probably. Probably.
Like, geez, I didn't know he weighed that less. Like, I mean, he looks creepy as hell.
So
So,
Bambi recently had a fallout with this guy named Willie. And that guy, he's kind of strange. I think he's an alcoholic, but of course, he's just had enough of Bambi's bullshit, and he started doing live streams on her. And it's funny, he talks about Harlow, and he says Bambi's just jealous of Harlow because she's a beautiful woman. And I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm just thinking, God, Bambi's fucking punching air right now because everyone knows that Harlow uses AI to to make herself up. She did this short recently, and the lip sync wasn't even matched with the audio. Like you could clearly tell it wasn't her talking. And
ah,
so, and I'm just thinking, for how obsessed this lady is with herself, she's rewatching her own videos. Does she not notice how fake that looks? How the audio is just out of sync with her lips? Like she's got to
yeah,
know.
like one
Or
of
does
those
she?
bad Chinese movies.
It's exactly like that too. I've watched my fair share of those. They're not that bad. I like some of the actual stunts being taken place. But regardless, fucking Harlow, she thinks we don't notice, but we do. But there are some dummies out there that truly don't. I don't get it. Willie is one of them. He's one of them. He's been borrowing a lot of the memes we created over the years. He's going through our profiles and taking screenshots, of course, and using them as avatars and thumbnails. Which, hey, by all means, use every single one you can find, Willie. We're good with it. We're good with it. But he used this one of mine I created of Bambi when she went on quote unquote vacation. And all she did was drive to fucking Iowa to go get some Burger King. And that was her vacation. It was one of the most pathetic streams I've ever seen. And I had to create a meme out of that. And I'm glad Willie is using this stuff because it's funny. Bambi, she's kind of dried up anymore. There's not a lot left in her because you're just going to get that same repetitive cycle where she thinks she's a, mob boss queen, Italian, all this other nonsense. And she's got this new guy hanging around called Crazy Bruno. And he's been saying a lot of interesting things like how I don't know if he was a professional wrestler or if he just set the matches up and the rings up. Have you ever heard of a Crazy Bruno, Cassie? Because I know you're into wrestling.
No, I used to be into wrestling a lot when I was like in my early 20s, and I quit watching it like I think when I hit like 30. So if it's like a new wrestler, no, I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever heard of a Bruno before. He must be a new wrestler.
Oh no, he's old. He's old. He talks about all the old timers too. Like he was there, he met them all. He staged all these events. I mean, he talked about the ring itself being some sort of
Has he
spring mat
always gone
cushion.
by Bruno?
He might have a different stage name. You should just listen to him one day talk about this stuff. I think you'd be a little interested and you could easily point out some flaws because the crowd Bambi runs with are all a bunch of fake degenerates. We all know they're storytellers.
Yeah,
They make shit up about themselves. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we got a legitimate guy here who did all the things he said. You never know. But so far, everyone that Bambi has been with, they've never been who they said. K Fam, Harlow,
yeah.
any of them. You know what's
Oh,
funny?
yeah.
Jen just finally realized how we came across her. She was thinking it was Jules. Jules got everyone to attack us. And she says that about George too. Like, no, no. um, it was Bambi. Bambi introduced us all to you guys. She played some of your streams. You've been on her panels, Jen. This is where we found you and discovered you. Of course, I've been mingling around the 90-day community quite often. I was kind of more interested in the Siwa and Brooke conflict. I thought that was kind of funny. But then when you get to listening to Jen, it's like, oh, okay, we got a locale here, obviously, and the plot thickens when the more you listen to her, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's her. George has retired, apparently. I mean, he retired 1 week, then he came back and he said he's going to retire at the end of January. Then he comes back and then he docks his MC, and so now he's back into retirement. We'll see how long this lasts, but I see him coming right back pretty soon. Of course, now that Jen has teamed up with John Yates, which is an excellent choice, and rumors have it that John's camp, they're laughing at Jen, making fun of her, and just kind of, they even said, we're just kind of using her so I can get a new car, because they know she brings some views, but John brings some views himself too from his fucking psychotic behavior. But he knows that he might get a little bit more cash apps, more money, more super chats because Jen's hanging around and he can purchase a new vehicle. That's his whole objective here with Jen. Now, Jen thinks, oh, we're going to team up and we're going to finally take Jules down. Yeah, not going to happen. I
I
mean,
don't
Jules
know
is.
why everybody goes after Jules. Like I've been on panel with her before when I was part of Paula's thing and stuff like that, or if I happen to be on somebody else's panel, Jules has showed up. But so I don't know. It's weird to me.
Yeah, yeah. But no, John has a lot of history. He's one of those celebrity bloggers who covered the
Uh,
90 Day Fiance show.
yeah, I
And
know what.
honestly,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, he did more like reactions, slanderous stuff, doxing. That was more of his thing. He didn't really blog too much. He just I mean, this guy has said a lot of racist things. He's been trolled. I mean, they trolled the fuck out of him. They had him and his little boyfriend Cody hiding under a table, fearing for their lives because they got a threatening text message. That's
Oh
how crazy
Lord.
this guy is. He took over Sophie's channel one time because apparently he had the StreamYard keys and he was, threatening to unalive himself and this and that. And sympathy grift, of course. And I'm thinking this is going to be a great matchup between him and Jen. I don't think it's going to last long. Both of them want the spotlight, they want the attention. So it's not like they're going to cooperate all too well like she has with Deadly. Deadly could tell Jen to, go take your own life, go play out in traffic, and Jen will come right back. Jen's it's easy to keep Jen around, but John, he's just a little bit more picky with who he keeps around.
Yeah. I've never cared for Deadly. I don't watch anything that Deadly's in. I've never liked him. I never will.
Oh no, it's Deadly has a I like his panels more than most, honestly. There's a lot more conflict, a lot more weird things happening, especially when this fucking lady named Kira gets on there. Oh my god, it's funny. Kira is so dumb, so fucking high. She even like she'll kind of admit to it too. She's like, I was highly medicated that day, and she's slurring her fucking words, and I'm just laughing my ass off. And it's like, lady, you're a pillhead. And all she does is fight with Jen as well. She loves fighting with Jen,
Huh.
trying to get with Deadly. Deadly rejects her and she gets pissed off and and I'm just laughing like this is great. Lauren, the British lady, I got her over to Deadly's as well. That was a little more difficult to get to make happen because Lauren kept saying, I'm not going to hang out with that PDF file. That's how she calls him. She's like, PDF file? Fuck Deadly. You'll never see me over there. I'm like, Lauren, just give it a chance. You just got to troll here, right? You just got to like play nice, hang out, make some content happen. People like you, Lauren. Go do it. And of course, she finally built up the courage to start hanging around Deadly, and it's been great. Lauren, Lauren is so reactive. It's kind of funny though. I love listening to her reactions. She has so much steam. I don't know where she gets it all from because she's constantly eating. Twisted Ginger would put in chat, put all these hamburger and milkshake emojis and be like, "Here, Lauren, come and get some." trying, to, trying to bait her on panel or something.
That's funny.
But she's she's a ball of fire. You know
Yeah.
what's weird, Cassie, is we never really had a fallout. Like, you know, Lauren acted like I betrayed her or something. This lady would publish all of my messages, which I didn't tell her anything sensitive or personal. I could give a shit less if she shows them all, but she enjoyed showing off my messages. Now, I never did that to her once, but me and Whitney, of course, we would kind of exchange information or what she told us and whatnot. So Lauren is talking about hiring a hitman to take out Ramona. And I'm thinking, God, she sounds fucking unhinged right now. So I took a screenshot of that and I share it with Whitney. And I'm like, look at this crazy ass fucking lady. She's talking about, taking someone's life here. And so Whitney shares that message. She posted it on her community wall. And Lauren comes unfucking glued at me. And she was like, I was ready to self harm because of you, because you made me feel this way and that way and yada yada. She was like damn near ready to break down in my inbox before she blocked me. And all I did was share a message with Whitney. It's not like I betrayed her or did anything to wrong her. She just came that fucking unglued, mainly because, I kind of finally told her, hey, look, I'm married. I don't want anything to do with you, in a more polite way, like, just stop coming on to me. I'm just going to let you down. And so I think that's kind of what broke the fucking straw there, which I don't care, I it was kind of strange. I mean, yeah, of course it was strange when George did that, but I was like, with Lauren, no matter how many times I hinted to her, like, hey, not into you. Nope. She still would just keep coming on. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, but
disregarding
all the
chat. Oh
women
my
love
god.
you, Ghost. All the women love you. Don't let them lie. Like, we've never had a falling out, Ghost. Like, I love that you troll me. I tell everybody you're my favorite troll. If you didn't troll me, I wouldn't feel
Oh
loved.
yeah, I think you would have a good time with Kira. You could talk about each other's prescriptions and whatnot.
Ha ha.
Andrea says this is what happens when you try hard trolls hang out in back streets with lunatics. Didn't you hang out with Square in the back streets, Andrea? And he's a fucking lunatic. And now I think I saw a screenshot of Andrea requesting Jen's email. And so, of course, Andrea wants to get in the back streets with Jen as well. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of magic Andrea creates. She hasn't been creating a whole lot of magic as of lately, which is kind of disappointing, but maybe she will. Maybe she'll pull something off pretty good. The one thing Andrea's done a lot is she'll conspire with the locals in the back streets. She kind of does the same thing some other buddy trolls will do, where you hate on their haters. Like she'll hate on Jules to get Jen's approval, to get Jen's attention. Then it's kind of like she did with Square, hate on Square's trolls. Square will like her. They have a fallout, and then Andrea calls it content. And I think that's what she's planning to do with Jen. Get close with Jen, have a fallout, and then tell everyone how she created all this content. I think that's kind of the same repetitive um cycle we see with Andrea. And I think she'll pull it off. I'm rooting for her. Let's see what she says. Let's see if she made a comment here. Oh no,
I haven't seen her make
I
a
misread
comment in a
chat.
couple of minutes.
Oh well.
But yeah, I mean, like, I like the Love After Lockup shit, and I do watch the 90 Day Fiance stuff, but I like watching 90 Day the other way. How did your daughters like? How did your daughter like Great Lakes? She liked it rolling. Right now she's stationed out in the ocean for right now, but yeah, I mean, she liked being. She's originally stationed in North Fork, Virginia, so but yeah, I mean, she liked it. The only thing she didn't like was because, my daughter has never seen snow or been in snow because she's my youngest. So I asked her, like, when it got really, really cold, I was like, how do you like it? She's like, it's all ice, mom. This sucks. It's freezing. I was like, ha ha. So, but yeah, she's on a float. No, she's on a big old boat rolling, big old Navy boat. So, but she's doing good. Like, she's ranked up a lot since she's been there.
Really? Where's she at?
She
Sergeant?
well, she her base is in North Fork, Virginia. Hey, Truth.
No, no,
So
no.
when
Where's she
she
at with
left
her rank? Where's she at with her rank?
with right now, I think she's at a rank 6 or a rank 7. I know when she graduated, she was at a rank 3. So, and the way she explains it is like you can rank up easier by like doing like different things, like if you volunteer for something you're going to rank up faster, so there's a lot of things that she volunteers for to make her rank go up higher. So but I know when she graduated she was at a rank 3, and I think she's either at a rank 6 or a rank 7 right now. So I mean, she's ranked pretty good for not being there very long, because she got sent to Virginia at the end of December, and they just sent her like the last or no, the second week of January is when they deployed her. So
Right on. Well, at least she's in some warmer weather.
yeah, I mean, being out on the boat, I was like, yeah, and I was like, depending on where they put her, I was like, you might get a wind chill coming off the water, but she likes it. And I told her, because like she had put in, like they ask you like where you kind of want to be stationed at, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Her number one pick was to go to Germany, and I told her, I was like, if you're cold in Virginia, could you imagine what it would be? So I was like, it would be so much colder if you were in Germany. So I was like, don't complain about Virginia when you were ready to go to Germany. So yeah, North Fork is a big base rolling. It really is. So, but yeah, she's loving it. So I didn't
Oh,
think
I'm
she
sure
was
she
gonna
would.
like it once she was in. I really didn't think she was like gonna like it, but she really enjoys it. So
Well, right on. I'm gonna walk into the job site, Cassie. Thanks for
all
letting me
right,
talk a little shit on here.
no
I know
problem. Thank
it's
you
never
for
the biggest
visiting me.
audience. It's never the biggest audience, but it's like the right one, the right timing and early in the
Yeah,
morning. No one can really like hear you, so they'll have to catch the replay if they do.
yeah.
So it's like one of those low key things. You can like stay undercover but still speak your piece.
Yeah, I pop up once in a while and then I'm gone. So, but I really appreciate you coming up here and visiting with me, Ghost.
Of
So, you have a
course.
good day at work, hon.
You as well.
Thank you. So, Jennifer or Jonathan, thank you for my rose, my Jonathan Evans. So, what's y'all's plans? Today's Friday, y'all. What y'all doing this Friday? I'm going downtown with a couple of my friends. They're doing a It's called Rock the Art. They're having like 5 different bands downtown, and it's a big art expo, so we're gonna go down to that tonight and hang out there and chill out for a while, which will be fun. And like I said, all the new tattoos that I've gotten recently, I will post them up on my community page. If you guys are interested in seeing them, I'll put them up there. Um, Especially the one of my daughter, I'll put on there that takes up my whole shin. I'll definitely post that one for you guys. But I've been on here for over an hour now, so I'm going to get off. Megan from Australia, thank you for coming on the panel this morning. Ghost of Shadows, my favorite troll, thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it. Everybody in chat, you know I love you. Thank you for being here. And I'll do another live soon. Love y'all. Bye.